Ooh. That way.
I think it is often a dream for most of us that we get to resign to a beautiful place that we call home. So this is what I'm going to show you today, a very beautiful space that has been maximized to the latter, and in a few I'll introduce you to the homeowner who will tell us exactly what he does here and how he's been able to achieve this magnificent atmosphere that he calls his home.
So I think I got inspired by my background. So I grew up on a farm, and the context of Laikipia is quite unique. I think Laikipia County is quite unique in the landscape of Kenya because we are plateau, highland plateau, and we are just close to Mount Kenya and Aberdares. And then we are also close to the north because from to the north is Baringo, Samburu, Isiolo. So there's a lot of pastoralism and rangelands. So there's a lot of wildlife also in Laikipia. So growing up, I didn't know this. I only knew about a small village. But growing up, I was born in the 90s, and then 10 years later, in the tune of the millennium, the 20,000s, there was more conflict, there was more droughts, there were more cattle lustering. And so I think that's what motivated me to study environment, because I did a degree in environment and community development, so that I can come back and look for solutions, African solutions for my community.
Yeah.
And one of the solutions is food, because as people started farming and using the modern methods of farming, we have depleted our soils, we have destroyed the environment. So with that background and also seeing droughts, like the last drought 2007, 2019, there were very long droughts, and also the recent one 2022. I was thinking that if we make the environment better, then we can make lives better for our people, mostly the smallholder farmers, where I come from as a Kikuyu, and also other communities, because with climate change, we also have to change our lifestyles.
Okay.
So growing our own food is key, because again, the food that we are eating, even if you are earning well, is not good food. So the best way is to grow your own food, and also because of the economic times, if you are to live off-grid, you are more free, and you have the freedom, and then you can do whatever you want, even with little money. There's also the freedom of living the way you want with a family and with good neighbors. Yeah. In a permaculture garden, we believe there is no waste, so we say produce no waste. Like these old leaves that we can't eat, we either feed them to the chickens or to the chickens or the goats. So we just harvest them like this, and then all the nutrients are going to be fed by the goat. The goat will give us milk, while the chickens are going to give us meat and eggs. So nothing goes to waste. We also use the pawpaw leaves and other indigenous plants or local plants we have here to feed the chickens, and also for their immunity. Like the pawpaw leaves are good for removing the intestinal worms and also boosting the immunity. So the old ones, we harvest them. It also keeps the pawpaw looks good. So like that. Good. So now we have a number of chickens, although it's my wife who mostly manages them. She likes chickens. Now we have over 20, and they're all pure kienyeji, or the indigenous breeds. So we feed them with the waste, mostly kitchen waste, like what we are feeding them with the pawpaw leaves. They're even eating oranges, so all the waste. So they come here. You can see the space is elevated, because most of the time we are feeding them with the leaves, these cowpeas, leaves, sweet potato leaves, whatever you can't eat. Maize, you can see like maize from last night, the maize cobs. So they feed on that, because they feed on the scraps. And then we get eggs from them. And then when you are lucky, in a month you can have 2 or 3 chickens, and they are very tasty. Apart from that, they are helping us in cycling the waste, because our kitchen waste comes here. Whatever remains, now we take it to the compost. And then when the compost, I'm turning the compost, I get the worms and the beetle grubs, the fat ones, you know them, the white ones. So we bring them to the chickens, and they are very happy. So it's all a cycle. And chickens are very easy to manage. It's a very small space. about 3 meters by 6 meters. And here you can rear up to 50 chicken. And you can also do this as a business. If you're approaching Christmas, a cock like this fetches 1,000. So if you have about 10 of them, that's 10,000. So Christmas, you have your meat and you have your money. Yeah. From my adventures, I get to visit different regions. I was in Kakamega about 3 years ago, and I got the famous Mokombero, Mundia Waitei. And I'm not using it how people use it. I'm using it to cover my tank.
Okay.
So it's a climber. So I planted here right next to the...
Mukombero is a climber?
It's a climber.
I've never seen the plant. I only see the product being sold along the streets.
Yeah, it's here. So
is it a tuber?
It has a tuber. It has the roots that you harvest.
So what is used as Mukombero?
The tuber, the roots.
The tuber?
Yeah.
Oh.
So for me, I've been using it to cover my tank.
Interesting. It looks like a yam,
Yeah, it
a
looks
yam
like a yam.
tree.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Meru some years back and I realized that kumbe yam is a creeper.
It's also a tuber, yeah.
Hey.
It's a tuber and a creeper.
Yeah.
So I have it covering the tank on this side. So that keeps the water cool and also covers it from sunshine. It also serves another purpose, it's covering the chickens. So if you move around here, and this was not by design. I think it came automatically. It spread over and now spreads to the kitchen, to the chicken house.
I saw this earlier, but I thought it was passion. I think I was not keen enough.
No, it's Mokombero.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Does it die off?
No, it's very prolific.
It's hardy.
You can see it has gone even up there, up that tree.
Okay, near hardy plant.
It's a very hardy. So here's our compost system. It's our compost unit. So I started with timber, so the offcuts. So I built this, and I changed to concrete because the termites and the moisture, the humidity was making it rot and decompose very fast. So I built this. And here is where all our waste is, like these ashes from last night, from cooking last night. These are the maize stalks from yesterday's meal. And here's the waste from the charcoal, the charcoal dust. And here's Jelly's waste, the animal, the goat droppings. So we mix them every day. So we pile all the waste every day here. So every morning, new waste is coming in. And then whenever I'm here, maybe in 2 or 3 months, and come and turn it. And then the final product we have is this one. So this is the final compost. You can imagine, from all these waste to this. So these are critical resource. So this is what you use for gardening, this compost, and it smells so nice. And then there are microorganisms like this, the red irregulars, the earthworms that help us in decomposing. And then when you look closely, there are now the insects. So this shows you it's alive. The compost is alive and also very rich. I also use it in my nursery to bring up the seedlings, and also for the garden to grow vegetables. And also at times we have rats eating everything, although now we have cats controlling that. So these are very simple system to set up. Requires a very small space. You can see I've just put it close to the fence, also close to a tank if you need to clean your hands or to add water. So a very simple system, but very functional in a garden, because you need compost and you need fertility. You don't need to buy any fertilizers. You can see even eggshells, so nothing goes to waste. This is going to decompose and form compost, and then we grow vegetables. We feed the chickens. The waste comes here. Yeah, it's a closed loop system. It's a cycle, and then we cycle all the nutrients. We cycle all the organic matter. Yeah.
Could you speak about the plastic wastes and those ones that cannot rot?
Yeah, for the plastic waste like these are from a biscuit. These cannot decompose. So for these we collect them. The ones we can use as potting bags we do, but for small ones like this we just burn them. So these are the only waste we can't manage. And then for the diapers we take them to town, and then the county disposes it in a good way. So these are the only waste we don't recycle. But the rest, most of the organic waste, which is about 90%, that we recycle.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's our kitchen garden. So these are among the first gardens we established, and it was all like here. It's maram and rocks. So that's why we removed all these and put these paths. And here we had to bring soil. So that's why you can see it's elevated. So we had to bring soil from outside the gate where there's an anthill. And here is where we started planting our vegetables and herbs. Currently we have a number of herbs like this oregano, this lemongrass. We have our dragon fruit here. We have rosemary. We have chaya spinach. I recently planted pawpaw. We have aloe vera. We have hibiscus. We have amaranth. We have nasturtium, we have managu nightshade, we have saget, we have maize, we have avocados. So in that small space we have all those crops. We even have mint here, good for making your tea. And we have the snake plant as an ornamental plant. So in this small space, 1 meter wide and about 10 meters long, we have this as our kitchen garden. So the kitchen is right here. So that's why we call it a kitchen garden. So you can, as you prepare your meal, you can just rush here, pick your herbs and your vegetables fresh from the garden and prepare them. Because most of the time, the foods we are eating are coming from miles away. If you're in Nairobi, maybe it comes from Nyandarua or elsewhere, maybe 100, 200 kilometers away. So your food should travel as less as possible, very few meters if possible. So that's why you have it right next to the kitchen. And then the wastewater from the kitchen. Again, we have a sink, but we don't have running water. So we use basins. So we use the basin, you can have the water and irrigate your garden with the wastewater. Mostly if it doesn't have a lot of soap. And then you also have this. So also this, we planted it when we moved here. This is cocoyam. You can see how broad the leaf is. So it requires a lot of water. This is growing with the grey water from the sink. So I will let a few drops of water. You can see here a few drops of water feed this plant, and for the last 4 years you can harvest the yams from here. Also, apart from that, it's an ornamental plant. You can see it's purple, so it looks so good. And then we also get cuttings. If our friends come and they want the plant, we also give them the planting material. So small space. These we have been harvesting every year. This is a dragon fruit. So we have 2. And here we have about 10 to 20 fruits. So the famous dragon fruit, we also have it. So you don't have to have much. You can have 1 or 2. And the kids really like it. So that's what we have here. A pawpaw. And another interesting one here is, I think...
Just to take you back a bit, how much does the dragon fruit cost in a supermarket, for example?
I don't know.
I understand it is expensive.
It started with 1,000 per kilo. I think it has gone down. I don't know how much, maybe 200, 300.
But still costly?
Yeah, still costly. And it's not available like here in the local market in Rumuruti. It's not there. Okay. So that's why I grow things so that even my family can enjoy.
On a very rough scale, how much do you spend on food in your compound?
It's very low. Only what we don't produce is what we buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
For instance?
Maybe about 500 a week.
That's a huge saving.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really mind-boggling.
Yeah, and then the gooseberries, the kids are always eating them.
Okay.
The birds also like it here. You can see
I've had a lot of birds right above my head.
Yeah, like the area there. The nests are everywhere, in the bananas, in the house. So we also provide a conducive environment for them.
Okay. This is hibiscus.
Yeah,
the famous hibiscus?
Yeah, for making tea.
I've never seen this. In fact, what I've been seeing then is not hibiscus.
There's a hibiscus flower and there's a hibiscus herb. So there's a herb. And this recently I've started making kombucha with it. So
what is kombucha?
It's a fermented herbal drink.
You use this is the
petals,
flower?
Yeah. So instead of my kids taking soda, now they're having this as an alternative.
Wow. So you blend it in other fruits or in smoothies?
No, so what you do, you boil water, you put it in. I like flavoring it with mint and lemongrass. And then you add sugar, because that's what feeds the bacteria and the yeast that's feeding on the sugar. And then over 7 days to 14 days, you have a fermented drink. That's kombucha. Very healthy and good for the gut.
Okay.
So if you need consultation on permaculture, permaculture design, designing your land, designing your space, living space, regenerative farming and regenerative living, organic farming, I'm available. I do that within the region. Also have products that I'm selling, organic and regenerative products from seedlings, seeds, and products. I also do value-added products such as the herbal trees. I do kombucha, I do ashwagandha teas, I do different mix of different herbs. Also sell seeds and seedlings across the country. I sell them by courier services. So wherever you are, you can reach out to me on social media. I'm Thiongo Wagashie, or the Nomad Farmer on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok, also on YouTube. So you can follow me there and we can engage more as we regenerate the world. I say we regenerate Africa one garden at a time. So thank you very much.
It is very interesting yet calming to know that you can actually create a very peaceful environment for yourself and for your family by just managing space in a very intelligent way, like you've seen Mr. Gashie do in his a quarter piece of land, and at the same time live in a sustainable way where you do not have to rush to the market or to the supermarket to buy everything that you need. So this is what I leave you with, and this is a challenge that each of us can actually uptake so that we live a peaceful and a conducive environment for families in a way that encourages life and minimizes mental stress and depression. Until the next one, it is bye for now.